So we had another interesting fight. I was talking about left-wing violence earlier. Well, you may not know this, but we had sued in California for records about a Antifa activist, A-N-T-I-F-A, I call it Antifa, who was violent. She had been arrested for rioting and assault. She was a teacher in Berkeley, and we had asked for documents about what she was up to as a teacher. We asked what we typically do. We do FOIAs for people like that. What are you doing? You've been arrested for committing acts of violence and riot? We want to know what's going on. Give us some emails about it. So what had happened was that her leftist allies in the Antifa movement sued in federal court to prevent us from getting state records about what she was up to. And the name of the individual is Yvette Felarca. We had sued the Berkeley Unified School District, which is where she's a middle school teacher. And as I said, there was this federal court action to stop us. Now, we have filed thousands of FOIA requests, hundreds of lawsuits. Never once have we been sued in federal court to stop us from pursuing a state FOIA lawsuit. I mean, obviously, it doesn't make any sense. A third party has never sued to stop us before. But these Antifa radicals came in and tried to sue us in federal court. Now, I thought it was without merit from the get-go, but sometimes you get stuck in court, even on meritless lawsuits. But thankfully, back on October 4th, I don't think I talked about this last week, but on October 4th, we had a big court hearing, because it's basically come to a head legally. And the court found that the lawsuit trying to block us from getting records about her violent activism was entirely frivolous. And this was from an Obama appointee. So that was the ruling from the bench. We're going to get a written ruling after that. But this is a sort of battle that Judicial Watch has to engage in to get basic information about the violent left and Antifa. They came in, filed an outrageous federal lawsuit that would have prevented us from getting records about what one of their activists who was working for you, or at least the citizens of California, as a school teacher. Now, Felarca is an unbelievable character. She works at the Martin Luther King Middle School and is a prominent figure in the, quote, by any means necessary, BAM. By any means necessary. What does that sound like to you? The name itself endorses violence. Sounds like something Eric Holder and Hillary Clinton would be saying this week. It's an organized militant group founded by the Marxist Revolutionary Workers League that uses raucous, that's a charitable way, militant tactics to protest conservative speaking engagements. So in 2016, Felarca and her radical pals were arrested and charged with several crimes, including felony assault for inciting a riot in Sacramento. She was captured on video calling a man a Nazi and punching him repeatedly in the stomach while cursing at him. More than a dozen people were injured at the riot, with at least 10 stab wounds, and the Capitol grounds at the time suffered thousands of dollars in property damage. Now, she accused everyone of going after her of being on a witch hunt. I mean, you should see the language that she and her lawyers used about Judicial Watch. I'm not going to repeat it because it was defamatory and libelous and smears. They hate being asked questions, and I'm glad that after years, I think it's just 2 years now that we've been pushing this, well over a year and a half at least, we finally got the federal court to stop her obstruction with this frivolous lawsuit. But these are the sorts of cases that don't get a lot of attention, but should. This teacher, who I think is still employed, had her leftist lawyer friends come in and file an outrageous lawsuit in federal court to prevent you from finding out what she was up to as a school teacher. This person is facing charges for violently attacking people. This is the left. And we can talk about what the left is up to, and we have to oppose the left, and we have to do this, we have to do that. It's only Judicial Watch that's in court doing the heavy lifting on this. This air of violence and intimidation by the left, there are school teachers in California pursuing engaging in riots. There are activists being paid to overthrow the Senate. And of course, the president's under assault from people in his own agencies through lawless acts of seditious activity. And the media won't want to tell you about it like that, but I will. And Judicial Watch is going to pursue this litigation and lawsuits to try to protect our republic. And we're proud to do it.